This was tagged to me on on Twitter by one of my followers. Shout out to Bill Dixon for tagging me in this post. And in this image, you see the Boy Scouts of America and the Girl Scouts. Now, I think by looking at this picture, you probably see where I'm headed with this story. Um, but before I get into that, let me give you a little bit of a backstory, more so personally. I never told y'all this, but years ago, back in like the 90s when I was a kid, I actually used to be a part of, well, I wasn't a part of the Boy Scouts of America. I was a part of what was called the Cub Scouts. That's basically the level before you go to the Boy Scouts. That's basically for a certain age, and then you work your way up to the Boy Scouts of America. And I think it's another level above that. And one thing I liked about it is them teaching you about survival. If I didn't take anything else from that, it was learning survival skills and how to survive, like in the wilderness. And I still remember things from back then to this day. I may have forgotten some things, but that was a while back. But anyway, this has been something that has been going on for years, where they have been trying to have the Girl Scouts merge with the Boy Scouts. And it was a constant conflict of a back and forth thing. Like, no, they should keep them separate, like let them do their own thing and what have you. Well, as of today, in Louisville, Kentucky, for the first time ever, they are merging the Boy Scouts of America with the Girl Scouts. And of course, because they're now one unit, they cannot keep the name Boy Scouts of America. So not only is it more of an invasion, but now they have to completely change their name. They are changing it to something called Scouts BSA. And I was watching some of the clips, one clip that was on the website, on the Courier Journal, where I'm looking at this from, where they were talking to the Girl Scouts, and they were basically saying how they always wanted to do some of the stuff that the boys did and whatnot, and they couldn't really do it, and all of this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't know, because clearly the only time we went around the Girl Scouts was when they had functions, and they would bring us all together like for different functions. And of course, when they were selling them Girl Scout cookies. But other than that, we were pretty much separate all the time. Even when we went on like the little camping trips, it was just the boys there. It wasn't really any women there, to be quite honest, except for if there were like chaperones, and that was it, like the mothers. So them merging this, I'm not too sure what they're trying to accomplish with this, and it makes me wonder what was really going on with the Girl Scouts that they have to merge with the Boy Scouts. And I think it's because the Boy Scouts, of course, are more popular. They've been around longer, and the only thing that the Girl Scouts really are known for are those cookies. Let's be real here. Like a lot of people didn't know what they were known for except for that. I have to ask any women who are subscribed to me, were any of you in the Girl Scouts? And if you were, or if you had children who were, or anybody what did y'all actually do? That's what I would like to know. Or another thing I'm thinking is, could it possibly be a money thing? Like, are they not making enough money to, keep that thing afloat? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this article, and hopefully I can get a better understanding of this. It says, Amanda Dewey grew up watching as her brothers went camping, made friends, and learned skills in the Boy Scouts. She wanted to hang out and do the things they were doing. She wanted to earn badges and become an Eagle Scout. Now the 16-year-old Oldham County girl will finally get that chance. Amanda is among the first girls in the nation to join the Boy Scouts of America's flagship program in its century-long history. On Friday, the nationwide organization officially welcomes girls into what has long been known as the Boy Scouts program. As part of the transition, the group previously announced it was changing the name of the program to Scouts BSA. The Louisville-based regional chapter of the Boy Scouts of America, the Lincoln Heritage Council, said it is expecting roughly 200 girls to join as many as 20 new Scouts BSA troops in the first month of signups. The Lincoln Heritage Council includes 64 counties in Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, and Tennessee. It's exciting. It's a historic moment, said Jason Pierce, Scout executive with the council. The move to allow girls into what has long been a male-only program come as the national organization has seen its membership decline and as it works to re-examine some of its long-standing and controversial policy over gender inclusion and sexual identity. Well, there you go. I'll read that part again. I said that's probably one of it. It's like the decline in joining. It says the move to allow girls into what has been a long male-only program comes as the national organization has seen its membership decline and as it works to re-examine some of its long-standing and controversial policies over gender inclusion and sexual identity. So basically what it's saying is that there's not a lot of girls joining the Girl Scouts program. So what they're doing is they're merging them with the Boy Scouts so they can hopefully keep their numbers up. That lets me know right there, and that probably means that they weren't doing much with the Girl Scouts to begin with. Or I don't know what their program has been like over the years. That they may have had some programs in the past that they took out, and that's probably why the memberships have declined. In 2013, the Boy Scouts ended its ban on openly gay youth members and later also said it would allow gay scout leaders. In 2017, the organization said it would begin allowing transgender boys to become members. Well, I guess you can safely say that the Boy Scouts of America has officially been invaded. It says last fall, the organization began allowing girls to join its Cub Scouts program. Remember what I was telling you about that? But that was years ago back. Like I said, it was back in the 90s. Pierce said that changes to allow girls into the Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA is a response to hearing parents say they want girls to be able to do the same things that boys get to do. That sounds like a lot of mothers saying that to me. Let's be real here. Was that the mother saying that? Or was that the father saying that? Or the mother saying that? That sounds to me like that was probably the mother saying that, to be quite honest. We are a program that is inclusive, adaptive, and nimble. And that's not been our culture over our 100-year journey. It was a journey to get here, but we are here. He stressed the organization will still divide its female and male members with separate troop units and separate camping trips for boys and girls, although there will be instances where male and female troops could gather together for activities. They better keep a close eye on this one, because something tells me I will not be surprised if in this era of Me Too, this is scary, because who knows what could happen. One of them girls can allegedly get touched by one of those boys, so they say. That's why I say allegedly. And years down the road, they say so-and-so groped me while we was making s'mores. That's all I'm saying. Pierce said the organization wanted to offer single gender environments, even as it offered girls the opportunity to experience the scouting program, do all the same kind of activities, and rank advancements. He added that the organization is not changing its Scouts BSA program to create any more girl-focused programming, saying the organization core values are staying the same, but that membership is simply expanding to include girls. Isn't it amazing that they had to just let the door open and extend the olive branch to let the little girls in? Because they weren't having fun over what they were doing, and they were probably bored to death, and all they could do was sell them Girl Scout cookies. Now, I'm gonna read a response that Judge Joe Brown left to this particular article. Yes, he is very active on Twitter, and me and him often get tagged into posts together. He said, "This is disgusting. I was a Cub/Boy Scout master for 15 years. And there's no way you can run a proper program for today's quote-unquote over-mothered boy poodles with girls in the mix. I refuse to have anything to do with them now. There's already Girl Scout/Brownie/Campfire for girls." And he has a point. The Girl Scouts have a lot of stuff that goes on with them that the boys don't have, but you don't see the boys saying, they get to sell cookies. Why can't we have Boy Scout cookies? Let's go over to the Girl Scouts just so we can sell their cookies. Because I want some too. No, if you want the cookies, you simply buy it from them, like everybody else. But see, the thing is, what's going to end up happening is the Girl Scouts, they are going to still have their stuff that Judge Joe Brown listed, and then they're going to also reap the benefits of what the boys have. And the question is, will the boys be able to have access to whatever the Girl Scouts are having? Because the way it's looking, I don't think so. That's not equal. But then again, I always said equality in this establishment is a myth to begin with. So, in my honest opinion, I don't think this is a good idea. But you know what? I'm not a part of the organization. I don't know anybody personally who is. This is on them. So whatever happens with their organization is simply going to just have to happen with them, and we'll just go on from there. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments.